Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Goatmilk Diaries. It's been a while. But I'm back here. Been a long couple weeks. Thank you, everybody that reached out to me. I'm feeling much better now. Back to work. It was good. Still a little tickle in the throat, but we're good. So, I guess things have been quite eventful here at the Goatmilk Diaries here for the past couple of weeks. I just wanted to let everybody know that I think everybody's past that now. I can't be sure. I cannot speak to everyone. Things got a little out of hand. The shit hit the fan, so to speak. And we got some wild boys over here. It says Nerdcast on the channel, but I swear it should have been Hooligan cast. Just leave us alone. Let us stay with our toys and our collectibles. We're good. But I'm pretty sure everybody can speak for themselves. So let's get into it. Let's welcome back the GOAT. What is going on, baby? You guys
What's up, Goatmilk? What's up, everybody? All you wonderful people. Only to you wonderful people. Only to you wonderful people. Today I say serenity now. Serenity now. And I'm going to take a zip of this here. Just to calm me down a little bit. Take a little zip. Take a zip. A little zip.
Take a little zip.
Hurry up and drink. Hurry up and take your motherfucking water, motherfucker. The captain is strong today. His knee is very high in this drink. And so
I heard while I was gone, you guys got yourselves into some mischief.
We didn't get ourselves into any mischief as much as people want to play around.
Well, you walk around to find out, right?
Well, like 50 Cent said, he said,
hey, I want to know one thing.
Do you go out and look for problems? Wait, let me tell you something. Like 50 Cent said, they said, hey, you look for problems? No, I don't look for problems. I don't like problems. But if you want a problem, no problem. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
No problem.
Over here, we're here, chill.
I got paint all in my...
But don't throw rocks at the beehive. You know what I'm saying? Don't throw rocks at the beehive.
No, I don't ever do that. I want to know one thing. Did anybody lie or tell any kind of mistruth on this channel? Because I'll boot your ass right now. Anybody lie? Couldn't back it up with facts? We do facts here. Did anybody lie on this channel? That's what I figured. Somebody would. I would have heard something more. But apparently, you guys are a pain in the goddamn ass. All right, so we got to calm that down. We got to iron this out somehow, some way. We got to go back to being good boys, good little nerds.
You know, nothing really changed except that I got kicked out of a group. I can finally join the club with Ethan. I got kicked out of a group. You know what I mean?
What'd you do?
Nothing. That's just the thing. I didn't do anything in the group or to the group or mention anything in the group. I guess the rules change in some groups. In some groups, if you do absolutely nothing in the group, you still get kicked out, right? So it's kind of strange to me. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter. I didn't lose any cents off my paycheck. I didn't lose any viewers. I didn't lose anything out of it. So, I mean, there's nothing to really hide. We're all out here in the open. If some parties want to say they want to smash it, then let them smash it on their own. That's fine. That's cool. I can respect that. You know what I mean? What I can't respect is behavior. And you can't go out just running your mouth complaining that somebody did the same thing you did right before they did it. And especially when it's about them. So
all right, let's not go down the same road again.
We're not going down the same road. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. I heard the guys that you were mentioning, and we talked about it before. Ethan will be here shortly to give his comments or everything he might have to say, but we'll be moved on by then. If you have anything to say in public, have some factual evidence to back that shit up. Because if you don't, somebody's going to say some shit about you. And I know it's just me talking. I haven't been here in 2 weeks. I have nothing to speak on. I have no dog in this fight, as our notorious thumbnail maker would say. But, dude, you can't just go around saying shit about people that is not true. And then you can't back it up. It's just hearsay. It's just your opinion. And then when somebody says something back to you, you don't want to accept that, and you want to throw a tantrum like a petulant child. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth, dude. Like, we're all cooling over here. I don't know if you've seen the show, but before the past couple weeks, dude, this show was just a couple guys hanging out, vegging out, just talking about who cares. Mm-hmm. Exactly. We're doing the Seinfeld over here.
Pretty much. That's what we do. Things come up throughout the week, and we bring them to the table, and we talk about it.
And I'm glad, though, we brought it up, because I've had some interesting conversations in the inbox.
Shut up, Joey. You're not even here.
And I had some interesting conversations, some comments, and come in the inbox. And I wouldn't call them facts. I would say it's just kind of people making their case as far as how things transpired on their side, on their end. Everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's got a story to tell. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got them.
They all stink.
And they all stink. They all stink, including mine. But when you state facts, it's a different thing. I did my own little investigations back and forth, and I could see the lies between one person and the other. And we're going to leave it at that. It's sad that nobody really mans up to true honesty and the truth. Me, as far as me goes, I think I came out of this on the positive side, because people that didn't know me now, and my work boosted. Like, I don't know if they went to go check out if I did good or did bad, but when they went to check out who I was, what I did, people appreciated it. So thank you guys. Thank you to all the new members of my page. Thanks so much. Thank you for the support. Thank you for all the blessings. I always say God bless and thank you for the blessings. And I do mean that from the bottom of my heart. Whatever helps put shoes on my kids' feet, shirts on their backs, food in their mouth, and a roof over their head. That helps. That's God's blessings right there. So thank you for that, guys.
Well,
thank you for the
and
publicity.
We thank you for the new members of publicity. I guess.
I couldn't have paid for better publicity.
Thank you for the new members of the Nerdcast that subscribed on YouTube and our page. So I appreciate that. I mean, I guess negative is still good publicity, but still, we have yet.
Oh, look at this cup.
What is that? Oh, you're bringing out the spooky cups already?
Already, dude. They got little sparklies at the bottom. It's not mine, it's my daughter's, but I like it. And the captain, he's kicking tonight. It's catching that air in those sails. It's making me feel like this. I'm on the boat. When
your daughter has and drinks out of that in the morning, you wonder why she's acting a little funny. Captain was kicking.
She's 22, so it's okay. At her age, she can act legally funny.
Well, we got to bring on our third counterpart here.
What is up, Joey?
Covert.
Brother, I really hope you love what you got. I hope you love what you got, Joey.
But first, we got to bring on our third. Man, we got to bring on Easy E. And we were waiting for him.
Can we have a drum roll? Is there a drum roll for this man? There should always be a drum roll.
You know, I missed your eulogy or whatever you were talking about with the your publicity. Excuse me.
I'm gonna support everybody.
No, I'm gonna flip your guys' wig because I am not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. My mouth gets me in a lot more trouble than I care to ever remember. But with like this situation that transpired, it's very easy to get sucked back into the podcast drama.
Too easy.
And doing that kind of stuff. And I've been trying to actively be a good boy. And I should have practiced what I preached. I just seen, Mendoza getting called a scammer and just I go into bull in China shop mode. And that's just what I do. So this will be the last time I name drop these two. So EJ Kelly and I think his name's Guido. I don't know if it says his real name. But you know what? I'll apologize for my end of not practicing what I preach and should have inboxed.
Let's give an applause for some peace in the house, baby. Just a little bit of peace.
No, it's just goes a long way. It's so easy to get sucked back into drama. And I've actively for the last long while try to abstain, but like I said, though, when a friend is getting attacked, it's a little hard.
I appreciate the backup, brother.
That's just what it is. But if that's what we just talked about at the beginning of the episode. You missed it. Just watch your mouth. If you don't have any facts to prove what you're going to say, there's no point in saying it.
Yeah.
If you're going to spit something you're going to put out in public, you better have some proof.
But with that,
I'm always say about a lot of people. But that's just the way the internet is. But if you do come at one of these guys on the screen, or the one that I think he backed out, I think you guys scared him away the last episode, so I don't know if he's going to make it today. But our boy Jim,
I told him it was going to get a little rocky. I told him how these waters work, brother. You know what I'm saying?
But no, it's just with that, like I said, I can apologize and mean it and it not be a big thing, because that's just as an adult.
What we're saying is that we usually do just regular humbug shit here. We discuss things we find, we go from topic to topic, things that, throughout the week. It's one of those shows that we don't bother nobody. We don't talk about nobody.
I'll just tell you this real quick. My boy Dom right here behind me on the screen. My boy took the W. And I knew he could do it. All he needed was encouragement words from his mommy.
Yo, you know what I realized? Yo, you know they mute his mic? It's not so much the crowd noise, they mute his fucking mic.
They turn the volume down on his mic so the crowd seems louder, like if nobody can hear him. Like if they made that much more of a buzz, right? Those are facts.
I learned that on the last episode of was it Raw?
But it's a good way to make the guy look like he's got a hell of a lot more heat than he does. You know what I mean? As a heel.
You know what else I learned today? That Tony was a Jets fan.
Tony.
Bring that shit up, huh?
Tony.
Yo, where is our wonderful crafty little thumbnail maker now?
Where Jets fan, huh?
Not even talking.
Wow.
Jets, Jets.
Wow.
No, me and Nick Carnivale get along just fine, but
just when you think you know somebody. You know what I mean? Just when you think you know somebody.
So I'm on the other end of that spectrum of teams. So like right now I'm looking at the Niners and I'm like, we're 4-0. We have $40 million in cap space this year. I'm sitting here like, yo, we just sign everybody and win this fucking Super Bowl and just get it over with. Just mortgage the house.
I mean, they did pretty good last year, brother.
Well, look at it this way. If you look at some of the guys out there right now, we can throw another defender on the field. Randy Gregory just got released from Denver. Another receiver. I'll take receivers all day. You got Julio sitting out there healthy. Great red zone target. Grab yourself another corner off the market. I mean, at this point, more the merrier. Let's win this fucking Super Bowl.
As a fan, don't you just wish sometimes they could just give you the money, just the power to, you know what I mean, to put who you want in your team, and you watch this shit all the time, so it's like you know that if you had the right people in the right positions, that bowl would be yours.
I'll tell you what, we're as close as we've ever been, and I will fully cry like a little bitch if we win the Super Bowl this year. I've been a Niner fan my whole life, went against the grain. My whole family is Raider fans.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
That's a rough one.
That's a tough one.
Yep. Yeah. We haven't won a Super Bowl since 94. So at that time, I was only like 12, 13. So it didn't really mean what it does to me. And now I've watched this team since like 2011. NFC Championship, Super Bowl, NFC Championship, Super Bowl. It's just heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. Like,
I don't want to hear it. I don't feel
2019 when we lost to the Chiefs.
It could be worse.
No,
you could be a Raiders fan.
Super Bowls straight in a row.
You could be a Raiders fan. It could be that bad. You could be a Cowboys fan.
Hey, we got them Sunday night.
I got Cowboys fans in my circle, and they always try to argue with me, and they go back to, the Super Bowl was way back in the day. I'm like, oh yeah, back in the day, cool. We were losing back in the day. Now we're losing, and we're winning.
You're still talking about Smith and Sanders back in the day, right? I mean,
you're talking about Michael Irvin? What? Emmett Smith? What are you talking about, bro? Troy Aikman? Isn't he a statue now?
Oh man, they're right up there with Joe Piscopo.
I just want it so bad, like,
oh man,
to get that sixth. I even got artwork already ready to go for a CNC 49er belt.
Oh really? That should be nice. That should be nice.
I need it.
That's what I was saying last night. Nobody listened to me. It was pretty embarrassing.
Lonely.
Wow, let's see. We were turned way left somewhere. I don't know where the hell we went.
Don't worry about it.
Is that a happy rag or a sad
rag? Crossing into dark waters here.
We are going way off topic.
I'm just saving the rag, just in case.
Would you throw that thing somewhere else? Bring that shit on the show.
I'll put that right here on the shoulder.
Captain Hanky
Mendoza.
All right,
you're Mexican. There's 100% chance. Growing up, it was a knee-high sock.
It had to be a knee-high sock.
100% out of 100% chance.
Those things would come out from under the bed like they were sprayed with starch and iron.
Dude, you know stand in the corner.
You have nightmares about them coming out like.
You literally could just stand that thing in the corner.
Stand straight up like a.
It looked like the Invisible Man wearing socks, just standing in the corner.
Mommy, there's a ghost in my room.
Oh God!
Stand that suck up next to them, one of them wacky waiting inflatable arm throwing two bands and be like, "You little bitch."
Oh God!
Just
wipe my eyes here, all the tears.
You're gonna get pink eye. That's how you get pink eye.
Oh God! Why is it so sticky? Maybe it's the wrong side. Flip it around. Oh man!
Don't do that. Finish my belt before you start wiping your goddamn eyes with the weird ass rags.
Other than that, what's the good words?
I don't know. Maybe we should get into some of this. I'm still a student to this kind of stuff, but I know a lot about the CNC because all my lightsabers are like I know how the machines work. I know the 5-axis, 3-axis.
What's up, Andy?
The acid etching.
See, Andy.
What up, Andy?
This is why you don't want to hang around us Mexican people, because we always start some shit. You ain't safe around us.
If Mendoza finds himself down in Inglewood, we're gonna have some alcohol together.
Oh my God! You know what? We're talking about that. Me and my wife were just having a conversation about that, and I'm really looking forward to it. Like I posted something, and I was like, I got good responses, good inboxes, and everybody's like, "Dude, you come down here." I'm like, I'm ready to have this party more for me than my daughter, so I could just fucking invite everybody, man, and just get fucked up.
What was around the time you're thinking?
It should be near September of next year. She has her birthday in August, but it'll be close to when they're almost coming back from school. The good thing is like we get to go down there when it's summer. People don't have excuses. It's going to be
California starts school fucking early.
Oh God! Don't tell me they're in before September 11th.
Dude, my daughter started school this year, August 3rd.
It's still hot in August. What the hell?
August fucking 3rd, bro. They get out the last week of June. Or March. Or no, January, February, March, April, May. Get out the last week of May.
Damn.
So get June exams though.
Well, maybe we could do this in July. Maybe right after 4th of July, where people are still in the mood to do shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And go down there and we don't have time to get like all the, and guys, what we're talking about here is if anybody doesn't know, it's a Mexican version of a Sweet 16. It's a big party, right? Maybe we don't have the time to like train all the little dancers and ballads and shit they do.
Dude, get your daughter all dolled up. Let her, whoever she's going with, be all dolled up, and just have a massive fucking party.
I think that's what it is. Maybe you have a band there, a good DJ, a damn good DJ, and maybe space for maybe 200 people. Doesn't have to be super huge, but make it nice and tight, family warm, and blow the shit out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Drinks, music, and food, brother. You know what I mean? And maybe have a live band there. Well, that I have good connections. I could probably have that set up quick. That would be
all you got to do.
That means the Morgan. Goddamn, he's kicking hard. Knee is high. Woo.
Yeah, Tito's feeling real good tonight.
Oh yeah. Oh.
You guys are rocking.
Straight on the rocks.
That's how we do it.
All right, Tony. So you want to get into this? Let's get into this.
All right. I want to find out what it is to be etching. I got some videos that was sent through the chat, and I want to know really what the. I'm going to let Ethan pretty much guide us through this, but I want to.
All right, put up the video
I'm going
of them
to
in the machine.
one.
All right. Let me see which one this is.
Mm.
Okay, so this is your Pakistani $200 etched belt.
Yeah,
the acid's brown.
eBay?
It's
in muddy acid.
Like
muddy
eBay,
acid.
eBay quality.
So you see, yeah, put the video back up again. So you see how the acid's just running over because they have that printed film on the plate. So it's eating away anything that's not printed. But that's where you get all the waves and all the pits and all the divots from on your really low end belts. That's the root cause of that. So you're going cheap zinc, overused acid, and just really an inferior process.
How many times do you think this acid has been used? That's some pretty dark acid.
A lot. That's a lot. That acid's white, clear.
Yeah, I mean, normally. I think right there at that point, they've probably done a good 6 to 7 runs with that acid.
Yeah,
easily.
that's way past the end of the life of the acid.
And you know what's crazy is if they used a decent paddle machine, if there was only one thing they invested in, if they used a paddle machine, all that sediment would settle to the bottom.
Yep.
And some of that so-so acid would be still kind of usable for the top.
But that's where all the waves come in on the plates and all the little divots, and you can't get that fine detail of like on the Big Eagle, the crest. You can't get those fine little words. That's why it's all washed out, is because it's just acid running over the top of a plate.
And those print is probably the print on that layer is probably so small. It's just
yep.
And let me explain a little bit on the subject here. So when he says the print, I'll explain to you guys what it is. And I'll use this cup. This is a perfect example here. So let's imagine that all the white areas are the raised areas, the raised surfaces. Everything green is the bottom surfaces, right? So on a metal plate, just imagine this, because it's honestly almost the same damn thing. Imagine that this sticker was put onto a piece of metal, right? But everywhere where you see green, that is an empty space. There's nothing there. Only the white part, the ghost and the letters, that's the only thing you can see on the sticker. What the acid does, if it's properly installed, let's say the metal plate, it's usually installed in the machine, and the metal is facing upside down. What these paddles in this machine does is it flicks all the acid onto the face of this surface, and as it eats away the metal, it's falling back. It's falling back downward instead of washing across it. So you don't have acid sitting in little pockets wearing away unevenly. That's where you get the waves, because those pockets start to wear into the metal, and then it eats at areas it's not supposed to. It blurs out all the lettering, everything. So that sticker stays on that metal, that print, until the process is done. And that's what protects the areas that aren't supposed to get eaten away, and it leaves that design, because everything that's green, let's say, is what gets left, get eaten away, and that's what makes it look like it's raised. So when he talks about the film, the print, that's what he's talking about. So now let's look on, let's go to the next step.
Makes a lot of sense. Well, we're going to go do, I think these are all different processes that Ethan sent to me. So let's check out this one next. It says the whole process of etching. This is 3 minutes and 16 seconds.
It's Morgan is etching away at Mike.
that is your. If we were able to get away from using SD and HD, that would be your equivalent of an American standard. Granted, the machines are updated, they change. The video's a little older, but this would be like I know Nawaz gets his plates from China. This would be probably the company that I've done the research on that he gets his plates from. So this would be your American standard.
Yeah.
Right? It's an acid controlled machine that gives you a very uniform finish. And if you noticed how he was chiseling little things, so what happens is in that finish, there's little tiny, they look like little, like kind of like almost like raindrops, and they just clean them off. And that's what part of the finish work is. Classic Shields posted pictures of them like that and everything. They pop them off, they polish the plates, then they go off to plating. But your detail is so much more better because of the controlled acid, the not overused acid, because even in China there's regulations on dumping the acid, just and there's a ton of regulations. Pakistan is a little different, but that's more of your American standard. That's going to be your Nawaz. Granted, like I said, Classic Shields probably has machines that are 2 years old.
There you go. And you know what Pakistan makers are doing, they are just trying to copy that. They're trying to copy that in the cheapest way, shape, and form that they can. That's how they can get you belts for $250, $300.
I sent a video in the chat. I don't know if you can play it or not, but it's on YouTube.
I do. I have it up. We have a couple more short videos. I'd rather play.
We'll play the short videos first, but then we'll show you how a lot of the aluminum and a lot of the metal is recycled in Pakistan. We're not joking. When they get their Classic Shields gets theirs, I believe, from Europe. From
UK, yeah.
Yeah. So
now it says amazing aluminum recycling process.
This is aluminum, but they do it for steel, rebar, iron.
Yeah.
They do it for everything.
It's a smelting process. Yeah.
So what they'll do is they'll literally take an aluminum block and a sledgehammer and break the block down in the dirt hard enough to get into the furnace in the dirt. No cleaning the oil, no cleaning nothing. Throw the furnace.
Remove the impurities.
There's no impurities removed. There's no. So we'll get to that in a second. So this next one, I think, is what would be like the equivalent of the Nawaz SD, if I remember right. If the video.
I have a 21-second rinse finished magnesium plate. I was going to.
Yeah, play that one. That is the equivalent of the exact same video we showed you the first one, but what's the difference? The acid's not brown.
I was going to say it looked a lot clearer,
and they have a lot more controllable of a machine that washes.
It seems
instead of a human hand just washing it back and forth inconsistently. It's a more of a controlled environment, like Ethan said. And if you notice, the materials are still a better quality. That does help big time. And if you notice, there isn't 20 pieces in that little container, man. We're talking they had one piece and they're making sure that one comes out right. So, and they use that method when it comes to something that doesn't need so much intricate, small detail, so refined of a detail. You know what I mean? That's what that is.
And it was just adopted for belts because it's cheap. It's just, these guys will literally build a crate, a waterproof crate, and grab an electric motor out of a pile that they have, throw a belt on it and a gear. And I watch a lot of these videos. I get stuck down this rabbit hole of these videos. And then that's what they do. And that's just because every dollar they don't spend is a dollar in their pocket. And I can't fault you don't fault them for that. but you're just educating on the process. So like there's videos like I can show you where, you know how we talked about you get a belt that has clear coat on it and the gold plating is not plating. Yeah. So what they do is there's videos online. You can go in there and watch them. Just type in Pakistani recycles gold. And what they'll do is they got cable boxes that they're just taking apart all day. Circuit boards and everything taken apart. Then they put all the circuit boards that have gold into some acid and into another solution that turns it like into some crusty shit. But by the end of the solution, you get a 10K little ball of gold. Well, they'll take that 10K ball of gold and they'll plate your belt with it. It's not great gold. That's why they have to lacquer over the top of it. But you got a gold plated belt. Not 24 karat, not electroplated. That's the thing is they don't say it's electroplated. Mm-hmm. They just say it's gold plated.
Yeah. I mean, from my days of working with people don't know this. For some do. Very little people know this. But before I started working on leather and belts, I worked in the restoration, auto body restoration industry for many years. We're talking almost 20 years here. And saw it happen even when I was growing up with my dad. Well, we did a lot of gold plating for cars, for lowriders. We did whole bumpers, whole headlights, whole hand. We would do undercarriage. Radiators, grills.
Isn't there such a crispness to an actual electroplated plate? I mean, it's just, you want to eat off it.
It's just too damn clean. It's smooth, it's clean, it's brilliant, but the process it has to be so clean and smooth from the bottom, from the beginning. I used to have to weld bolt onto bumpers and keep welding metal and grinding it smooth till there wasn't a scratch on it, man. And this is why I have such a high. I complain so much about the gold and the finish, and I've seen makers plates, and I go, that has clear coat right on top of it. Why? Because I'm a refinisher. I painted cars. I know what I'm looking at. I airbrush cars. I know what I'm looking at. So when somebody says he doesn't use clear coat, I'm like, yeah, he is using clear coat, and I can bet my life on that. I don't argue back and forth because
when it comes to plating, that I purchased I bought a lot of belts. Your classic shields, I'm going to ask him, but he's probably in that 23 karat gold electroplated. Right, he's in the upper echelon of plating. Nawaz's HD shit is in that upper echelon of plating, and so is Alianas from Altar Belts.
You know what? I'll tell you what.
He's doing some good things with his SD.
I've seen classic shields. I have seen ORM. Honestly, the 24 karat plating that Alianas makes, that he does,
he's doing some good work.
I can't say anything about his artwork. I don't know how precise it is, but his plating's good.
He needs to improve on his artwork, which I've talked to him about. I've helped him with a little bit, but plating wise, leather wise, he's doing good things.
He's doing good. He does good edges, and I'll admit it here. His edges are better than what I've done. He does good edges on his leather.
Wait till you see that lavender from Classic Shields. It is retarded. You cannot find it. You can't find an edge.
Fix the size of his plates. So I remember that being an issue.
That was Orm.
No, I remember Honest having a small, too small.
That Intercontinental. No, that was the Intercontinental. So the problem with the Intercontinental is there's actually two different sized Intercontinentals. Reggie did an 8.5 inch, and I believe it was a 9 inch, or could be an 8.5 and an 8 inch. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. So that's what there's a misconception. There's two different sized Reggie Intercontinentals.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What does that fluctuate between the styles with the red logo and the
I
Rays
don't
logo?
know the whole. I wish Panetta was watching. I think Panetta knows.
I do know that Shawn Michaels, Razor, and I think even Owen had the larger size IC plates.
I think Brett had a smaller one, if I recall.
I think because when Owen came out with his belt when it was new, it was brand new. I mean, it was shining like crazy. It was you could tell it was a brand new belt.
Yeah, you could tell
that was a larger plate. You could tell it was a little bit larger. Honky Tonk Man definitely had the smaller. You could see it. Warrior had.
That's crazy. You could tell it half
a smaller
TV.
plate.
For Warrior being a 280-pound man.
Thank you. I was just going to say something about that.
He had one of the smallest waists.
Yep.
Like it was just, he was built for belts.
The way his waist went from
a 32-inch.
I mean, his waist went from like this. Size? He might have been even a 32. He might have been a 32, but he went from the bottom just like a cone. Huge shoulders on the guy.
No,
he was one of the guys like Macho Man.
He was one of the guys that actually worked on his legs back in the 80s.
Oh yeah,
a lot of those guys didn't do legs.
He skipped no leg days.
He never skipped no leg days.
No days.
So he had the X frame.
Hold on. So before we jump off, are we done? Do we play the last videos?
Yeah,
no, I have one more before the. All
right, play the last one. So
the last one says, "What does finished zinc sheet look like?" Now that looks clean as hell. What is that?
That's an American Standard etch belt. That is that video is probably 3 years old. I think 2 years old. But I've contacted the company. They haven't got back to me yet. I've just seen how much they charge per belt, per plate, per run. I have an idea. I'm running through my head right now that I kind of want to get with Mendoza about later if the price is right and we can make a few dollars and cents off it. You know, we might have a little something. But that's Top Power Etching is a etching company based out of China. I know Nawaz gets his things out of China, and the rumor was Omi gets some of their stuff out of China. But that's the basic rundown of what you're paying for. It's easy to tell you.
We didn't bring CNC video to the table.
We didn't bring CNC.
That was the hell of the process.
So the CNC video is a very good process for certain belts. Because what happens is there's
which belts, which kind of belts? Give us
your Undisputeds.
Mm-hmm.
I think your Big Eagles.
Yeah.
AEWs. A lot of those belts.
Ring of Honor. I've seen a lot of those be done.
But the issue running with the CNC, the Hogan 84, 85, 86, no problem. But the issue you run into is, there's a certain amount of bit size they're going to be able to get. So every plunge that CNC makes into that belt is a circle rather than a crisp line. And you're getting pinhole size, right? So
it's not a hairline finish at all.
But where the trouble comes in is these lower end makers, there's a process that they skip. Well, they don't skip, but they don't do thorough enough, is the polishing, because you get a mill line.
Mm-hmm.
Every time that CNC router makes a pass, it leaves a line. You can't really feel it with your finger, but it's there and you can see it.
What that's called, for people that don't know, and just the terms for CNC, those are called stepper lines. It means every time the bit moves around, it stops, goes down, eats away. And it stops, goes back, eats away, stops. Now, here's the thing. Makers
Can't that be
tend
finished
to
in
do
polishing?
things. Well, wait. Let me finish this real quick. Makers cut corners all the time to save money on things. You might get plates that are undersized because it saves them material. They can squeeze more plates and you know what I mean? More spaces.
Muhammad Asif is notorious for undersized plates.
And aside from that, another way they save money when they're doing CNC, those bits are not cheap. We're not talking about your Home Depot drill bits. No, we're talking about CNC. They're hardened bits. They're titanium
Carbide?
bits. They're carbide. They're expensive. So
How much?
What they do is
you'll spend $100 on one tip.
On one tip. When they plunge, they will cut away, come down, let's say 1/4 of an inch. And it's barely enough of a pass where it eats away at the last gap they made, right? So what these guys do to save money on bits is instead of the stepper coming down 1/8 of an inch, it's coming down 1/4 of an inch. So it's leaving big stepper lines instead of, if they were really small, they would only move over, like, think of it like Pac-Man.
They're saving time.
They're saving time. They're saving money on bits because the bit doesn't have to eat at so much material so constantly. So that's kind of like what's going on with that. And the polish work is really poor. They polish these plates on a really big wheel. I mean, and that's fine. But if they were to take a Dremel and get in all the fine edges and Dremel that and polish that out, they'd be fine.
They take a junk electric motor, put a belt on it, and on the other end of the shaft with a 6-inch, 8-inch buffing wheel, put the buffing compound on it, and then they just buff it. It's fine. That's fine for you're doing headlights or on a car or something like that. But when you're doing a belt, that's not fine. So for me, if I was going to do CNC work, I would just have like the Mayans do solid CNC work. But I would, anything that's gold plated, I would not have them plate. I would just have them do the CNC work, the polish work, send it to me, and I'll get it plated. Because
and I'm in the middle of an order like that, believe it or not. I found a really good guy in Vegas that he does a lot of plate work that I used to know him from LA.
I found a local guy that'll do reasonable. Well, again, you're prefacing on price point. What is reasonable to us is not reasonable to some people, and we're not trying to be least. But you have to understand, reasonable getting me a set of plates, gold plated and polished correctly, is probably $450. But you have to understand the price of gold right now. You're looking at $56 a gram of gold, and just so you understand what a gram of gold is, it's about the size of a postage stamp. Thickness, size, that's a gram of gold.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
So
no lie.
It's one of those things that is, you have to pay to play, and you have to understand that the makers are going to sell you something. They're going to word it the way they want to word it, and that's how it's going to be. All we're trying to show you is there's a process to it.
The correct process.
Do you want to do the video, and then we can wrap up the...
Show me that video. Just you can skip through it and just kind of show them. Yeah, so all they're doing right now is they're throwing that on top of a furnace. They're not cleaning anything. They're not anything. They'll melt it, and they're going to pour it into little, what they call ingots. And these ingots are like this big, this wide, and they'll take those ingots and heat them up and put them through rollers and roll them into plates. So they'll make aluminum plates, and they'll send those off. And this is not shit talk. Those are your frying pans. Those are your... A lot of things are made out of those. You'd be surprised.
Yeah. Anything household that doesn't have to be really high quality.
Skip ahead a little bit. Skip ahead about... That's your molten aluminum right now that he just threw in the thing. So he's going to skim as many of the impurities out of see all that junk on the top. So that goes into your ingot. That's your ingot. Your mold, just a plate.
Mm-hmm. So basically, if you guys go to the 99-cent store and buy anything made out of aluminum, this is where you get your quality from.
You're getting the around the corner aluminum. That's what you're doing.
I mean, I've learned so many. I have a fascination for. They do a lot of sand casting over there, and like you can get your sand casted belts. Your older, they do a lot of sand casting. I have a fascination with it, so I watched hundreds of videos of these people sand casting, recycling metal, and everything like that. Like, look, he's just put that back in the furnace. It's going to go back in the furnace again, get hot.
Yo, they're all wearing sandals though.
Bro, nobody.
There is no inspectors or quality control there.
No.
Everybody's wearing sandals.
Skip ahead about a minute.
But they're wearing them gloves though. That's good.
I mean, that's about the only thing. Those are 99-cent store gloves.
Keep going. I mean? Go a little more. Right? A little more. Just keep going. All that is them pushing in their furnace, getting them hot, getting them malleable. So now look, he's got these aluminum ingots that he's going to take to a roller, and they're going to roll them to their whatever desired thickness. So whoever wanted to buy them,
he's just
wanted
taking
them
out and putting it back in every single time.
Watch, and somebody on the other side is pushing back on the other side.
Yep.
And then they'll chuck it on the floor. Everything's on the floor. I don't understand why these people don't have tables or baskets or anything like it. I watched one set of people make nuts, like hexagon nuts.
Yo, is that dude turning that shit like a pirate ship?
That's what he's doing. He's just lowering that thing, getting that thing tighter, and that thing, see how it's getting thinner?
Adjusting the compression on the machine, on the rollers.
Yo, it's crazy, bro. Dude, I love this. I love how it's made types. Wow, that thing got wide as hell, dude.
See, but
these were tiny little plates when we started watching them.
Yeah, and now they're 4mm fucking plates.
Look at how wide these things are coming, bro.
And you'll have some dude come pick up a handful, drag them away. Look, see?
Right on the ground.
Grab me with my meat hooks and I'll just drag these things over here.
Bro, I have best quality, bro.
I got car door quality, bro.
That's where they get their. That's where they get their metal.
This is facts, right?
No, they're doing what they have to do to live. Like,
yeah, man, I can't judge them for that.
Look how long that plate is.
Look at that.
God damn, dude, was that the same little tiny square thing?
That's the same ones they just pulled away,
dude. Yeah,
bro.
They're just flattening and stretching them.
Somebody's about to make some money off of these little plates right here.
Dude, I watched the video on there just so there's less friction.
Dude, you can make like 8 undisputeds off this thing.
I watched them recycle plastic bottles. I'm not joking. They pick up plastic bottles in like Kevlar or in like canvas bags, the size of like Volkswagens, and dump them in these plastic grinders, grind them up, and then they make lawn chairs out of them.
Yeah. They don't play around over there. I've seen documentaries of how they make sewing machines.
These guys are
sewing machines, dude. It's crazy.
These guys are making car parts. I swear to God, they have to be.
Chances are they're going to be frying pans. Those are gonna be frying pans because I have the adjacent video
for the gauge.
What they'll do is they'll take a compass and circle out like 4 or 5 pans out of that one, cut them out, and I'm not joking. The way they make a frying pan, they put it on a lathe with a piece of wood, and they start spinning it, and they push it into shape. Then it goes into a polishing process and a plating process. But that's how you're getting stuff so cheap. That's why Classic Shields is like, look, we need better quality control. So that's why we go to the UK. We could go in our backyard and save a shit ton of money. But we choose not to because that's what they do.
Yeah.
It's not a slight against them. That's just a process.
Yep. It's really a fascinating world to see how they get down like that.
You have no idea how bad I want to go to Pakistan and just watch some of the processes.
Ethan, you know I was gonna go. I gotta talk to Mexicans, see if things are okay now. But because I needed a place to stay. No. But bro, we gotta get down there. I'm telling you.
Check this out. Just like there's buildings devoted to making frying pans, lawn chairs, motorcycle brake pads, guns. I'm not even joking. Guns. Like they make handguns like they're making belts.
Yeah.
Is there a group for that?
Bro, they make. I'm not even joking. The quality of a handgun they make.
The most backfiring ass handguns of all time.
No.
No.
These guys
let me
sit
tell you
there.
Something. You guys try this real quick tonight, just after the show. Do yourselves a favor.
Just don't put it on the show. Just
no. Just check this out. Go on YouTube and check out a documentary they have about how these guys redo sewing machines. If you guys know anything about a sewing machine, the precision that has to go into a sewing machine for it to sew correctly, uniformly, and not fail for hundreds of thousands of hours, you guys should see how they put these things together from scratch, making molds.
So I've already watched this. I've already watched this.
It's no big deal.
So they cast the mold of a sewing machine, right? And sand casting is a very rough casting.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing though. No. So sand casting, I had no clue about, but the fascination has just drawn me in a wild direction. So sand casting, what they do is they take their beach sand, they sift it to get the finest sand they can get. Then they do a lot of sugar cane and sugar molasses over there, sugar refinery. So they take sugar molasses. All these people have just barrels of sugar molasses laying around. They mix it with the sand. That's your casting sand. Then they pour they cast it. They do their thing.
He's not lying.
Yeah. So they do their thing. Then it comes off the casting line. They get the big edges off. And then I'm assuming what it's equivalent to Afghanistan Bondo. This guy just takes his hand and puts it in this bucket and just smears what looks like Bondo all over this sewing machine. Lets it dry. Then somebody else comes along with some wet sandpaper, wet sands the whole thing so it's crystal smooth. Then they take it to a painter, and the painter fucking paints it perfectly, puts it in a furnace, they fire it, and then they put a sewing machine together. And it's all done
in steel.
But here's the thing, I watched them, they do some big shit, like, right? They do some like big like jigsaw tables that are like taller than I am. Like I'm 6 foot, and these jigsaw tables are like 7-8 foot. They're so big they can't cast them because what you do is you put your metal frame down, and then you put your dirt down, put what you're casting in there, pack the dirt real tight. But with the sugar molasses in the sand, it packs real tight. Then you remove whatever you were molding, put your talcum powder, baby powder, whatever, put your next top on, do the same thing, repeat the process. Then you pour your metal into the open cavity. But they do something so fucking big that they don't have they're like the size of a car. So they just level off big chunks of ground and do it in the ground.
It's crazy.
Dude,
it's crazy.
Just go on YouTube when you get bored and type in Pakistani sand casting.
It is. My props go to these people, man, because they
100%.
Innovative.
At the same time, you can hate on their quality control, but you can respect and love the level of ingenuity they have for making the things they have to with what little they got. Like, man, my hat.
And they're still selling. We're sitting here talking about Pakistani makers.
But and then we go full circle back to belts. Is like,
that's why I don't like it when people say boots aren't the same as shop belts. Get the fuck out of here. There's so much sacrifice and work that goes into it.
You can not. Yeah, it's a sacrifice and everything, but dude, you're doing it the cheap.
So I had a good conversation with Red Leather Ron Edwardson about that, and I hope to get him on to the show and we have a good conversation with him. He is a very sensible individual. Dan is a sensible individual, but Dan's just abrasive and kind of rubs people the wrong way, which I don't mind because I like Dan. But
I've had nothing but good conversations with Dan.
Me too. I love Dan, but
he's a good guy to me.
With Ron, he really tries to school you, kind of educate you on the thing. And like I told him, I was like, for me, like, I'll fight anybody on it. Midwest stuff, block logo, fair game. It's just what it is.
Dude, you're not giving us what we need. So
TNT,
if you're not going to offer it, then we got to go.
I have enough respect for Dan and Ron and those guys. For the TNT stuff, that's just off limits for me personally. The AEW stuff is just I'll buy their shop.
I buy shop.
Their shop tags are beautiful. The shop heavyweight's beautiful. But
AEW didn't miss one step except for the straps. They did the same thing that WWE did.
Well, I heard that
I'll buy it, but I want a strap for it. So
I bet you
I know where I'm going to go.
Well, listen, I know that if people are so funny, if they even did that strap, even if it was a better strap than what WWE offered, people are still going to re-leather belts.
Look at the WWE Deluxe versions of their belts.
Yeah.
It's still re-leather. It's still stitched around the sides. Yes, it does smell like leather. It is actual leather, but they still fill it with something. It's not leather. It's not real leather. Like, it is real leather, but it's not.
Can't stop eating these mashed potatoes, my wife.
What am I trying to say?
She put some bomb gravy on there. Damn.
But I think that's the point in what we're trying to make on this show is just it's easy to get sucked into the drama, but let's do some educating first.
You know what's crazy is that your last 2 weeks of episodes, you crazy sons of bitches, is going to get more views than this epido's going to get. And we're actually trying to be informative.
And that's fine. But that's fine. That's fine because I had a chat with Carmine, and me and Carmine, you know, he's a what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? He's an acquired taste, which I can appreciate because I am. And
he's all right.
We've had some knockout, drag out, hellacious things go on, but you know what? I can respect him to the point where he's never been a bitch and like just blocked me or been like, anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
He comes at you, whether you like it or not. He might go a little obsessive on the lives every once in a while, but at least you know where he's coming from.
And you can respect that.
I would love to have him on the show to one point only. No belt shit, no nothing. I would love to see his collection. And when I say collection, I mean, dude, he's got some crazy shit. Dude, I've seen some of his videos. He's got the with the Skeletor staff.
Yeah,
he's got some crazy collectibles besides belts. I'd love to have him on the show for that and just to show off his man cave.
You want to see a real stuff? I mean, I got plenty of stuff behind me. We can.
I know, but dude, we can go through this for weeks. Like
we can man cave it. You know what I'm saying? Like I got shit in boxes, bro. You've never seen in your life.
With this hobby, it's so easy to focus on what we were focused on the last 2 weeks, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, there's so much more. There's so much more to the hobby with the people that should be put forward. Like, again, you take a guy like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Drew Alters Boyer.
We land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
That man is the king of fucking selfies.
No, dude is a beast.
John Bedoy.
John
his
Bedoy's
reviews.
A champ, dude. Oh, by the way, he's got a new YouTube channel. Go check him out. John Bedoy was.
He does have a new YouTube channel.
He does. I didn't realize I wasn't subscribed, and then he was like, "No, it's a new one."
Guys, John Bedoy has a new YouTube channel. Go subscribe, support the guy. His video photography.
Guy makes awesome videos.
Awesome. He did one on. What's this guy called? Mendoza Craft Belts. The guy does an awesome review on an Undisputed HD.
But Bedoy has a very clever eye for editing and just making a video. Look up guys in the hobby. Michael B. Jones is one of the dudes. He's the realest dude that I've ever encountered.
No, he's a real one.
Me and Joey, we can rub ourselves wrong sometimes, but Joey's one of the realest dudes you'll encounter in the hobby.
100%.
And those are the people that, again, we need to push forward and get out of the dramas of the Roys and the EJs and things like that, and just kind of push forward. Get the strap. God damn it, get the strap.
Get the strap is
back, baby.
Yeah,
they're back doing their thing. Tune in tomorrow, PTM. I believe we're back. I'll check with Jones tomorrow or tonight, actually, and I think we're back tomorrow.
Nice.
But tune in to PTM.
Nice, dude. I'll be in there. I'm in there like swimwear, baby. I'll be there.
I'll watch. Joey might have something for us to unveil tomorrow. So
I hope Joey has something to unveil tomorrow.
Does Joey have a new belt?
I don't know. He's got something.
I don't know. We might have to tune in.
I always tune in.
I would tune in and find out.
I don't always get an answer, but I do.
But again, though, just even Gary. You know what? I'm gonna give Gary a little bit of flowers. I know that hurts Tony, but go watch his his YouTube, his videos on belts. No, on belts.
Mm-hmm.
You just put up one on a Hogan 86.
Yeah, don't look up anything with me and him.
Don't type in Tony Myers on YouTube.
Don't bring that shit in. Don't bring that shit.
But no, go check out his. Let's try to do something a little different.
He's got a decent CNC version of the U.S. title 5-plate he put up.
Yeah,
I would call it decent. I don't think it's the best I've seen, but it's pretty decent. I think I have, and not just because it's me, but I can bring it on camera any day.
I'll give him flowers on this one credit alone, dude. He started.
I'll tell you what. I think I have the best
CNC
Big Eagle I've seen anywhere. The blue Big Eagle that I showed you guys.
Yeah, the block logo.
Oh yeah, that's got to be the best I've seen. Period.
Which I have one in the mail.
Really?
I bet you do.
No kidding.
Classic Shields. Shout out. Shout out to my boy Kev Davenport. I appreciate you.
Damn.
You're buying used and new classic Shield. Dude, you don't have to own all classic
No,
Shield.
I'm really, dude. I only have 6 belts. My collection has.
Tony.
My
Did you hear what
collection.
He just said? 6 belts.
I don't believe you.
I swear to you, my collection. My collection has.
No, do you believe him?
I don't know, man. 6 belts.
I'll put that on my children.
Oh God,
dude! How many? Dude, you have like 4 Intercontinentals. You got like 5 Winged Eagles.
Okay, Winged Eagles alone.
I only have 2.
What?
I have a Nawaz HD on AJ Giddings leather. And I have a lavender Classic Shills, soon to be on Mendoza leather.
I don't know if I could believe that. I don't know.
I have a yellow Intercontinental.
Don't you have a white Eagle?
Got rid of it.
God.
So what happened was I wanted to have all the belts Warrior held. And it became impractical looking at my belt collection and having so many duplicates.
God, I don't know. It's so difficult, especially for me when it comes to Warrior. How can you just have one belt? No way. You gotta have his yellow IC to begin with.
I'm seeing
his lavender.
I'm seeing my boy distance himself from the Ultimate.
And you gotta have his white belt with the red backing. You got
what?
I know. I will.
What is not sitting on top of that display case right now?
They're all right here.
On top of it?
Hold on. Hold on.
Never mind, you win.
Hold on.
Never mind, you win.
So
okay, I got one up here, right there.
So what happened was, I will have his white, lavender, and then a black Winged Eagle. When I got
you have to have the red backing though.
Red backing, and the problem was when I got the white, which I didn't really put too much on the internet, was when I got the white Winged Eagle from Classic Shields, there was some plating issues, and it bothered me, so I just got rid of it.
Okay.
I remember you in the video, because that was a video that I actually met you on, because you were like, anybody feels, reach out, we'll help you. And I was looking for my first Winged Eagle, and obviously you wound up owning that Winged Eagle, but I went and tried to reach out for advice, and this is what, almost 2 years ago now?
Yeah.
I reached out to you, I reached out to Vinny, and y'all hooked me up with, go here, go there. This is the guy, and now I'm still waiting on my Classic Shields, but
the white wing, that happened with the white wing.
You got an HD coming.
I got a little one coming.
You got an HD Winged Eagle coming. Don't worry. It's in the leather stages now.
It's not going to be on getting leather, but
hey.
It's gonna be kind of
that's what happened. That's what happened with the white Winged Eagle, and then me and Kevin Davenport, we swap belts when we get bored. But me and him have this pact that there's certain belts that I won't sell, that he's entitled to, and there's certain belts that he won't sell that I'm entitled to. That was something we came up with. So like I have a Richard Simpson. I have a Richard Simpson all gold tag. That if I go to sell it, he's number 1 on the list. He'll only get the dibs. He's got a Classic Shields black Intercontinental on Romeo Anderson leather that I'm number 1 on his list. So We just do that to kind of swap a few belts, but then I got.
Could this work? Can I just said something and it just rang in my mind. You know how there's timeshares with like properties and stuff and condos? Can we start doing that with belts? Like
I don't mind doing it with Kevin because the level of trust I have with him. You got to really trust somebody with your belts.
I mean, it definitely has to be a really super small circle, but that would be bad. It's like, oh man, this summer I get to have that yellow Intercontinental on my shelf for the summer.
But that's what we're doing is
that
CS Big Eagle. Cool. That CS Big Eagle I got coming.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming from him, but I'm sending him a CES dual plated tag because he doesn't have a tag in his collection. But he knows.
Sweet. I think you guys started something. You guys just invented something.
He knows if I go to sell, he's got opening dibs. If he goes to sell, he's got opening dibs. We already know what we've paid and the price, so there's no price gouging. There's none of that. It's two friends swapping belts.
You guys are belt swingers.
We really are. I think you're on mute, Tony.
He's on mute. Belt swingers. That should be a fucking Facebook group. Belt swingers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But with that coming, so there's a few belts that I regretted getting rid of that I want to get again. So like, I really enjoyed the nickel smoking skull.
Wow. Yeah. That's something you definitely do have to have.
And then I want the rock belt back again.
The Brahma Bull belt?
The Brahma Bull. I loved it.
Really?
I had it. Loved it.
I've been wanting to do a re-leather on a Brahma Bull forever. I really want to do one. I've considered buying the belt just to do it. Because I still got that blue suede. I got that real blue suede.
It opens up a few. I need a NWA Luger. Need one of those. But it opens up some opportunities for us to get some belts that we want, and it's no headache, no hassle, no anything.
And you know what?
Oh, listen, hey, we got 4 guys again, Mendoza.
We got 4 guys? Is this like 4? Is this like 5 guys pizza, but it's 4 here?
Is it like 2 girls, 1 cup?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, 4 belts.
If it's Jim that showed up in the last like 3 minutes, do not pull him on.
It's Jim and Andy. Oh God! Listen.
No, he's like, oh, okay, it's a cool episode. No, you ain't coming on here.
Oh,
who is
God.
it, Jim?
For the night, man.
He just wanted to know if we were going to go down in flames, and he's like, everything's cool. It's safe to come on.
You have an old man open mouth nap on us? You just fell asleep?
Oh, wow.
You showed your vagina. You showed your vagina flowers. Get out of here, Jim.
Jim's going to be a happy man. For another extra $300, he's going to finally get his belt. I'm going to ship it out to him.
You're going to kill that old man, dude.
It's like you selling me a belt for a certain price. How you want more? I said, dude, I had to do it like that to convince you to dish out some money. And now that you're halfway through, just send the rest and you'll be there. You know what I mean? You'll finally be able to hold a nice belt in your house. So
listen, halfway through my day, I got a message from Mendoza, dude. Calm down. He's like, yo, I'm gonna fuck with him bad today. I just feel like fucking riling Jim up. I'm like, you're gonna kill that old man. Jim, you're good, dude. Everything's all good, baby. You're gonna get your belt.
As long as he sends me those extra $200, he's good. He's gonna get it.
I would just make sure you draw a fat dick behind his plates. It's a big old wang, man.
Just wait till Joey.
This is a friend's discount with a mushroom stamp. Pow.
Or like paste like a picture of like 2 dudes behind his plate and just never know it's there.
Oh wow!
Can you imagine the chuckles though? Can you imagine the chuckles though? He's got that belt on his shoulder and there's like 2 dudes banging underneath it. Even just doing that is just planting
Right
a seed
over
with
his
Jim right
shoulder,
now.
like, dude,
It's
got
gonna
the
be.
gay belt.
I'm gonna.
Sorry,
It's gonna be.
not
As soon as he opens that box, he's gonna get that scene from Brokeback Mountain and the two guys right at the beginning of the box unboxing.
behind that, just in case he ever wants to like relive the belt. And
just let the next
again,
guy just remove the stuff and take a look at that, and just you know what I mean. For a good time, call Jim.
So,
the next
so before we get taken down, is there anything we missed?
I think we're pretty
in
good for tonight.
a positive, informative manner. Is there anything we missed?
We're gonna bring that on for the next show, though. I want to
Edge.
bring on some videos of the CNC process.
We missed
all different
Edge.
kinds of things, not just the plates. I want to bring on for like the 6-axis, 5 and 3. CNC
we gotta
is a different
do
animal completely.
We got to do the mid card
with
the mid card episode where we have the SD makers that make decent SD belts, and who's the king of SD etching for those belts. We gotta weed them out.
I already know my winner.
I know my winner in my mind because I've had plenty of his plates here.
Let's leave something to the imagination.
I know. But I think one subject we need to talk about is who will be the next contender this coming year for HD acid etching plates. Because we're seeing them come out of the woodwork. Everybody's coming out of the woodwork now using HD.
Before we do that, we need to do some research because I know Classic Shills is selling a lot of plates to other makers.
Yeah, they are. I deal with two guys that actually have their own small setups and they're actually doing their own HD plates. One of them is working with Nawaz on the details of etching and using the machine. I know him for sure. So he's getting he's going to Big Brother. He's taking the advice and he's improving on his things. So
I think the guy to watch out for this year is Ollie Honest. Like he's trying to sell right now. He's got like HD belts like $950 or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's considering if you walk them through the artwork process.
He's all ears with that too. He's all ears with that. You can tell him anything, and he's going to dive deep into it and take that advice and run with it.
Here's the sell: HD belts for $950, SD belts for $350, side plates for $145, and send out straps for $195.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean,
I'll let you in on a little secret. I'll be sending him 4 to 5 straps, WWE shop straps, for him to start doing in-house send-out straps.
I'm conflicted. There's 2 belts I really want to try them out on first. I need a new dual-plated Winged Eagle.
Okay.
Or I really fell in love with the Nugget style Cody IC.
Okay, that I can understand. Okay.
So I'm like, and especially for the price. So we'll see what I give him a try on and go from there. And
that we have to go on. We are going to exit out the building here, and next week we will come in with our new gripes and grievances, and we'll get into more CNC and some more
metal recycling and some stand casting, so you guys can understand the process that these guys go through. It ain't easy.
I found it fascinating.
I love
this
it.
is like a how it's made episode.
Yep,
And
love it.
I want to do it again. So we'll do it again next week.
Don't
Definitely. That's
Don't
what she
forget.
said.
Tune in to PTM tomorrow. Tune into Spanning the Globe with Mark Maggard. Those guys, great guys.
Mark is badass. He's a good guy. Good guy, Mark.
Anybody else? Any more shout-outs?
I think we're good.
I just want to show you guys a picture before we go, and just tell me what you think. This is an Avengers figure, and it made my day. It made my day. I don't know why, but looking at this, it made me laugh so hard. So here we go, guys, just for the exit. This is the toy figure they came